What is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here, and I have some important One Piece anime information from tomorrow, which is March 10th, up until April 7th, man. We have the schedule officially out, and it is very, very hype and very, very interesting to see where they're going to take this. So first, I'm going to go spoiler-free, and then I'm going to go into a little bit of a spoiler discussion. So spoiler-free first. Tomorrow, there is going to be no episode for the One Piece anime, and the reason for this is because of the annual Nagoya Women's Marathon. It's going to take up One Piece's time slot, so we will not have One Piece episode 876 until next week. So expect your next episode of the One Piece Awesome Sauce to take place next week, which is going to cover chapter 901. And then for those of you that are looking forward to it, the Reverie Saga, the beloved Reverie Arc you've probably been hearing so much about if you're an anime only, that beloved saga begins officially on March 31st, man. So look forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to dive into it and really talk about it finally with my anime-only friends about the stuff that is going to go down here in the Reverie Saga. Now, from here on out, I'm going to talk about the titles, the chapters that they're going to be, the chapters these episodes are going to be covering, and heading into a little bit of a spoilerish discussion. Not really. I'm going to be touching over general topics, but I still, if you don't want to listen to the titles, if you don't want to hear the titles and you're an anime only, please leave the video because I do not want to spoil you on the greatness that is going to be happening. So please leave the video if you're an anime only. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you're still here, I assume that you want to hear what the titles are and what chapters are going to be covered in these episodes. So, March 17th, episode 876, The Man of Humanity and Justice, Jinbei, a desperate massive ocean current. Of course, that is going to cover chapter 901. The following week, March 24th, One Piece episode 877, Time for Farewell, Pudding's one last request. Man, I cannot wait to watch this episode. I really can't. I love chapter 902 with all of my heart, and I know that the way the Whole Cake anime has been going so far, I can expect nothing but the very best for this episode. It's going to be emotional, it's going to be awesome, and the finale of Whole Cake Island is going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one, man, on March 24th. Then on March 31st, One Piece episode 878, The World in Shock, the 5th Emperor of the Sea arrives. Oh man, chapter 903 is finally going to be getting animated. Finally. And there's one name on this list that I know very, very well, and that is that one of the animation directors is Eisako Inoue, who has done some very good, high-quality work on the series. I've respected his work that he's done in both the movies and in the anime itself. He's delivered some great content as an animation director, so I'm looking forward to seeing how Chapter 903 gets animated if he is at the helm of that episode, man. So Eisako Inoue is going to be working on that episode, so I'm still getting more familiar with these names on the One Piece animators and the episode directors and storyboards, but that is one name that I have known for many, many years. So I'm looking forward to seeing how episode 878 is. That's definitely an episode that a lot of us in the manga community cannot wait to see adapted and animated. It is a massive chapter, one of the most important chapters in the series, and I can't wait to see it officially being animated on March 31st. And then on April 7th, this is where it gets a little interesting. On April 7th, One Piece episode 879, To the Reverie, Gathering of the Straw Hat Allies. Now, this one is very interesting, and just in case if people are still here, I don't want to go into a spoilery heavy discussion, but this title should indicate that this episode is going to animate chapter 905, which tells me, where's chapter 904? Like, are they going to go straight from 903 to 905 and then go back to 904? Because I'm a bit confused here. Because chapter 904, I don't want to say what it is because it's a massive spoiler. But y'all know what chapter 904 is if you're a manga reader. And chapter 904 has nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? So, are they skipping off on chapter 904? They very well could be to cause... Oh, wait a minute. what they could be doing is chapter 903 gets animated into 878. They go straight to 905, don't give us 904 until after 905. Because what they're going to do probably is they're going to shock us, or they're going to shock the anime-onlys with the end of chapter 905, with you-know-who being there. Then we switch back, get a flashback to what happened currently to get to that point in time. We get chapter 904 as episode 880, you know, doing a little backwards. So we get 905 first. So we get 905 after 903. We get started with everybody heading to the Reverie and whatnot. Then y'all know, if you're manga readers, what the final chapter, what the final page of that chapter has. That is a big link to chapter 904. So if they want to do it that way, to where big shock at the end of 905, we see said character. How did that character get there? The following episode is a flashback heading towards why it is that character is there, and then we go back to 905 by the end of episode 880, and then episode 881 will end up being chapter 906, which I think is going to be spread out between a couple episodes, but we'll get to that in a different video. But that's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting, because now we have, instead of it going directly in the same way they did in the manga, now we have Toei taking it above themselves to have like a different experience, different approach. So we're going to have chapter 903. Then the following episode, 879, is going to be chapter 905, from what I can gather from the title. So with that being said, if they plan on doing it that way, it can work as long as they do chapter 904 directly after chapter 905, because it could work. And that way, the end of 905 is a massive, like, wow, like, holy flagnards to the anime-onlys. And then you get that flashback afterwards. It can work. It most certainly can work. I just hope that they don't skip chapter 904 entirely, and they're just doing it as an out-of-place thing, to where I'd rather do it now and then do 905 now and then 904 afterwards, because it kind of does work like that. It can work. Like, just having the end of 905 be a shock, and then 904, which pretty much does explain that entire situation, come afterwards. So that way you get the initial shock value and you get the explanation in the following episode. And then we go over to chapter 906. So I can see them doing that. I can see them doing that, and honestly, I don't mind it. I don't mind it one bit, because it would prove to be a different type of experience, and I look forward to seeing what anime-onlys, like how they enjoy it, how they experience it, how they talk about it, how they, like, I want to see certain reactions, because these people are probably genuinely going to be shocked at the end of 905, and they're going to get the explanation in 904 and whatnot. So this might end up being a turn for the better. Since Whole Cake Island has been so wonderful and has been so well adapted in the anime, I have full faith that Toei knows what they're doing. So I am looking forward to seeing how it is they handle it, and that is what I think they have in mind, is that they're going to give us the 905 first, and they're going to come back to 904, which is going to be an interesting way of doing it, but I think it can work because it just fits. It fits, you know? So we'll see what happens there, but I really want to make this video because I thought it was very, very interesting that that the Reverie is going to officially be starting on March 31st, which indicates we're going to be getting no filler after Whole Cake, and the filler is probably going to come after the Reverie. So after the Reverie arc, before we head into the Wano saga, we're probably going to get a filler arc for the One Piece Stampede movie. You know how we've gotten fillers for Strong World, for Film Z, for Gold, Film Gold. We always got filler arcs before those movies came out. So this is going to be a perfect little segue going in from Reverie, filler arc for Stampede, then we head into Wano. So I can see it working that way. I most certainly can. So, but yeah, man, I just want to make this video once again because I thought it was very interesting information. I know all of us are really hyped for the Reverie to begin, and we'll see how they handle it, because now I see that they are taking the initiative to try to tell an experience that is not perfectly adapting the manga, but instead trying to do an anime original type of experience that to them enhances the experience through the anime. So if they go back and do 904 after 905, then hell, we'll see how that works, because it could probably work out in their favor and really work out in a really good way. So we'll see how they handle that. I'll definitely be on here covering those episodes because those episodes are really, really good. I've been meaning to talk more about the One Piece anime anyway, so it'll give me a good time to really come on here and talk about the greatness. But yeah, man, I cannot wait for these next couple episodes. 876 is gonna be awesome. 877 is gonna be legendary in chapter 902. 878 is gonna be an episode that all the anime onlys. I'm gonna watch so many reactions that day. I know people have gotten spoiled on that, but for people who have not gotten spoiled on it, I cannot wait to see what they think about that entire episode. And then, but the Reverie officially begins March 31st, and then of course April 7th. It looks like it's going to be chapter 905. That's going to be animated, man. But I cannot wait. Some greatness is incoming for the One Piece anime for this entire spring/summer season. Man, dude, I'm so hyped, man. I can't wait for so many things. I just look forward to seeing if on March 31st, they're going to revamp and rehaul the opening and give us the same opening superpowers, but with new visuals. They're probably going to end up doing that. But if they don't do it to us on that episode, I expect it by 879, a rehaul of the visuals. But anyways, man, I hope all of you have an awesome day. Take care. One Piece greatness. The anime looks like it's taking the initiative, and it's going to try to give us the best possible experience, even if it means doing it a little out of order from the manga. So that's going to be very, very interesting to follow that journey and see how it is they do and take care of all of that, man. So I'll see all of y'all next time. Have an awesome day. Remember, no One Piece episode this week, but next week we'll be back in there like swimmer for the awesome sauce, episode 876, and continue on the journey of what is about to be a legendary year for the anime, man. I cannot wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'll see y'all next time. Have an awesome day. What do you guys think about the way that Toei is going to be handling this? Do y'all feel the same way as me? The chapter 905, it appears that 905 is going to come first, and then 904 comes afterwards. Because I don't want them to just skip 904. I mean, that would make no sense. So I want them to do 905, then 904, and then go back to 906, and then we'll see what happens there. But all of you have an awesome day. Take care. One Piece greatness, man.